Good morning, beautiful people. Welcome to my channel. Since there is so many case studies already published using Amatya Karaka, Atma Karaka, now second Lord, sixth Lord, 10th Lord, and so on, all the case studies are coming towards you, helping you to ground what is you, as in what is your personality, your Panchanga, and how does it tie into what you will do in the world. Essentially, that's all career is, folks. Don't make a big thing out of it. Doesn't matter what your HR department or your friends or your families or your boss tells you. Career, or whatever you call career, is what you do in the world. It may be anything from arts, fine arts, yoga teacher, gym teacher, anything, music, arts, dance, so on and so forth. But there is a misconception. People don't take this Tithi, the thing called the Tithi, very seriously. So I'm going to be doing now a series which I'm going to expand more on the concept of Tithi and what it means. So here's the introduction. If you've already seen this, skip this part and go to the next one. Okay. This is introduction. It will be common to all the particular podcasts. What is Tithi? Tithi is determined by the angle between the sun and moon in your natal chart. It remains fixed for life. It doesn't depend what period of life you are in, from birth to death. Each Tithi is in the range of 12 degrees. Like you can see the table over there. Okay. So it goes from 0 to 12 Pratipada, Dvitiya is 12 to 24 and so on in intervals of 12 degrees of angle. Number 2, Tithi represents your emotional body, hence requires you to pay great deal of attention even before you go into the study of horoscope, divisional charts and so on. There are a total of 15 Tithis, one set for the waxing half cycle of the moon, which is the Shukla, going from new moon to full moon. Shukla means white in Sanskrit. Second half of Tithis is going from full moon back to new moon, which is prefixed by Krishna or black. It's given Krishna because he was dark in color. All remedies, quote unquote, which are done within Vedic astrology are done for Tithis, not Karana, Yoga, etc. Keep this in mind. Now, within each Tithi, what shall I cover? What will be covered are these 8 points. Element of the Tithi and the deity. The ruling deity is the main thing there. You got to understand the energy of the deity. You can do more research. Now there is GPT and all the rest of it. Psychic abilities, number 2. What are your psychic abilities? What are your real superpowers? Each one, there is one, okay? Each one has a superpower. We're just uncovering what that is for each Tithi. Number 3, how to enhance them. Number 4, what to be wary of. There are always pluses and minuses. This is a realm of duality, so everything will have a plus and a minus. We'll see that. 5, the personality traits of it, how it actualizes in your personality. And the life lessons, what you should be learning from that for this lifetime. The remedy for it. We'll see the remedy part also. And last, we'll see the differences between the Shukla part and the Krishna part of every Tithi. For example, there is Pratipada 0 to 12, and there's in the Shukla part, in the Krishna Paksha part, there's Pratipada from 180 to 168, the minus 12, right? The full moon going towards new moon. That's the separation. Okay. So we will see all of this. Let us begin. Before I begin the Panchami Tithi, I just wanted to leave you a note here. If you want to know what your Panchanga is and what Tithi is going on in transit right now, every single day, you can plot your chart and see what Tithi you are born in and check out all these podcasts. There is a free app called Jyotish app. Trust me, it's a very good app. There are no hidden charges, nothing. Okay, I've used it for a long time and it has got very accurate calculations buried in it. Some good soul has made this for free for humanity, and I've attached the logo above so you can download this from Android Play Store, wherever. Okay, now let's begin. Now let's talk of Panchami, the 5th Tithi, the Tithi of healing and knowledge, or healing through knowledge and acquisition of knowledge, observatory kind of knowledge. So when does a person have Panchami Tithi? When the angular distance between the sun and moon in your natal chart is between 48 to 60 degrees, you're talking of Panchami Tithi born people. Okay. So the deity is there, goddess Saraswati, the representative of all wisdom and knowledge, the feminine wisdom and knowledge. You should see feminine aspect and masculine aspect is everywhere in Vedic tradition. Masculine aspect will be something like Lord Vishnu. Whereas feminine aspect is Saraswati, which is intuitive, which is highly observatory in nature. This is seen dominantly in the individuals who have Panchami Tithi, who are born on a Panchami Tithi. So what are the aspects? Let's start from the top. It's about healing and knowledge and nurturing. That's the feminine goddess. Not worshipped really much even in India. Everybody is running after Lakshmi, the goddess of wealth. That's the representation they are hoping for. A tight bank balance, since we have become a culture run by money and bank accounts, which is very sad and will change in this shift. But Goddess Saraswati, she is carrying a veena in her hand. That means she is even goddess of music, art forms, wisdom and knowledge in everything subtle. So psychic abilities of Panchami are they can become healers, scholars, nurturers. Panchami born men and women have an intuitive gift for calming and soothing others. They are natural transmitters of knowledge, whether through teaching, music or gentle guidance. I am Panchami born, so I can say this for sure. Their presence itself is medicinal, carrying a soft cooling quality of moonlight. Many are drawn to the mystical wisdom of serpents and healing traditions. The element and deity is both Goddess Saraswati as well as the Nagas. Naga Panchami, which falls in August, is a celebration of the serpentine energy, like the Kundalini. Okay? How to enhance this? Do Saraswati Puja. Lunar practices like moon gazing help. Serpent honoring rituals awaken their healing gift. Chanting or learning mantras strengthens their psychic powers. This is very important. I have found this great benefit as a Panchami individual. Chanting or learning mantras. That's why I'm a big fan of them. What to be wary of? Their deep sensitivity may make them emotionally fragile. You need to guard your boundaries, Panchami people. They will be invaded time and again, but you need to put a protective boundary. Establish emotional boundaries. They must cultivate grounding practice to stabilize their lunar gifts. Personality, knowledge-driven individuals who often pursue multiple degrees, multiple PhDs, learning again and again, that kind of a thing. Lots of subjects. They are interested in lots of things. They constantly learn through life. They enjoy learning for its own sake, not for the sake of necessarily converting it to your bank balance, but they learn for the sake of learning. Therefore, Panchami individuals end up learning a lot of different subjects in life. They are creative, but they need to find a clear life goal. Panchami natives are introverted, that's me, and must learn to balance their curiosity with a sense of direction. Yes, this is true. They are very curious. They need to give it some goal, targets. So the life lesson of Panchami people are observing and using knowledge for the benefit of the society at large. They are here for that. Their soul is here for that. Remedy, praying to the Nagas, serpent deities, and the Pitris, ancestors, and applying sandalwood paste on their forehead, especially the third eye, for mental clarity. I have seen benefit in this as well. So now let me give you some more from my personal notes here, from the courses. Panchami, knowledge, controlling the elements. They have control of the elements, by the way. They can make changes to the elementals. They have the gift. They go after knowledge for the sake of enjoying knowledge. We spoke of that. They have multiple degrees, multiple subject studies, multiple PhD, and so on. Introverts by default. This Tithi is not to control but to observe, like the feminine aspect, like Goddess Saraswati. It is for the sake of how to use knowledge for the betterment of society. It's the creative fire of knowledge which drives them and satisfies them. They need to be curious, they need to practice, they need to cultivate hobbies, they need to engage in sports and move their bodies. They need to do this consciously. Okay? Have a daily routine and have a goal of carrying it out in terms of targets. because that can be lacking. See, if you're going from one subject to another constantly, just because you love the acquisition of knowledge, your entire joy comes from just reading 20,000 different subjects all the time for Panchami. But some goals will help, okay? The remedy is to pray to Nagas and Pitris. Pitris is the ancestors, and apply chandana or sandalwood on the head. For the girl, keep the pony hair tied up. This is from my notes. Now let us see the difference between Shukla and the Krishna parts of this lovely Tithi. So what are the differences between the Shukla part and the Krishna part of Panchami? Remember, the element and the deity is the same, but now we are talking of an outward oriented or inward oriented as a direction of the soul which it wants to take. After all, everything is about the embodied soul, isn't it? You're born under all this time-space reality, and your soul wants to accomplish certain things. Vedic astrology gives us fantastic tools for uncovering a sort of roadmap, a broad roadmap. So, the Shukla Panchami, the tone is growth-oriented, nourishing and wisdom-giving. It allows the outward participation by sharing wisdom. Psychic inclination, these natives are natural healers, teachers and nurturers. They possess intuitive wisdom, artistic grace and the ability to soothe others with their presence. Their siddhi or superpower is nourishment, like the goddess over here, restoring vitality and offering guidance through knowledge or healing touch. Their function would be studying, teaching, learning, music and arts. They're very good at all of this because this is the goddess Saraswati. She's the goddess of all of this. Taking medicine and initiating healing rituals. They're very good at mantras also, Panchami, by the way. You want to call a priest in India for doing your pujas? Call a Panchami Pandit, if you will. Ask him their Tithi. That'll be a fresh start, isn't it? Okay, mode, constructive and outward. They build knowledge. They nurture others. They heal with gentleness. The gentleness of the divine feminine. In terms of knowledge, is this Tithi called Panchami? If your child is this, make sure they have a ton of books, or they make sure they have interest in music. They might even show this, display this. Shukla Panchami. Now Krishna Panchami becomes subtle healing and intuitive guidance. The tone is one of release-oriented, protective, sort of shirking away inward. These people may become very highly introverted. Okay? They might be those quiet, scholastic, reading kind of children if you are a parent. They're not so much outward oriented, but they love learning a lot, but yet are quiet and are very introverted. Check their chart. They might be having Panchami Tithi and Krishna Panchami. These individuals have a subtler, more hidden healing gift. They guide through intuition, dreams. They get psychic dreams because it's ruled by Nagas, so they have a lot of connection with the psychic world. Serpent-like wisdom, mystic and occult. These children might be into that. They may absorb toxicity from their environment and help transmute it. Be careful with this part because they should not be doing it through their body. They should be doing it through the elementals. Learn to use water, learn to use fire, learn to use the earth, learn to use the plants and all the elementals basically, because they have power over elementals, Panchami. Their siddhi is detoxification, purging poisons, literal or karmic, and restoring balance. Again, for Panchami, especially knowing how I feel and whatever I have experienced, I'm telling you from fact. If you are Krishna Panchami, be careful of this, that you don't do it through your system. That's not necessary. You can do it using the elemental, since that power has already been given to you. They can do well with fasting, snake-related rituals, so serpentine pujas, dream practices, ancestral or karmic cleansing. The mode is one of releasing and going inward. They purify, detoxify, and heal through subtle guidance. So these are quiet Panchami people, the Krishna Panchami. Very introverted, very scholastic. And you will find them loving music and being in their own quiet space. All they should take care of is what I just said earlier. No detoxification through your body, okay? Detoxification by use of elementals like water, fire, etc. And also going in for mantras. So use the power of elementals and mantras and get this accomplished. After all, the target is to accomplish a goal, not to get caught up in the trap. Coming up next is Shashti Tithi, the sixth one, the warrior class. Let's see that next. Meanwhile, take care, be safe.